Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to make a video today to build on the last video where I was talking about the number one sign that your manifestation is close to materializing and manifesting in your physical reality. Now this is going to be, I'm going to share with you the number one thing that I see slowing people down with their manifestations. Now before I get into that, I want to just share with you my concept of time. I don't believe that time actually exists. I believe it's a construct in our minds. And it's all about our perception and how we experience life, okay? So that being said, I believe that there's no limit on how quickly or how long your manifestation can come. Now, let's say for the sake of your brain trying to grasp this, right? So a lot of people, okay, here's the thing. A lot of people get really into trying to figure out how to collapse time, how to release resistance because they want to speed up their manifestation, but that's still in the vibe of like, where is it? So that is the number one thing I see people, how people are slowing themselves down. They're wondering, where's my manifestation? When's it coming? Why is it not here yet? They're in that vibe of it's not here, I don't have it, which is rooted in lack. Okay, and it's going to seem like it's taking a long time. Now, going back to time doesn't exist is just a perception, is just a construct in our mind. It's how we experience the unfolding of our lives. So that's how you can seemingly speed up or slow down the manifestation. I know this is a kind of tricky concept to understand and you may want to rewatch this a few times, but this is something, and this is something that with my one-on-one clients, we work through a lot because sometimes, you know, you can be really great at manifesting money, but you struggle with love or other way around, or you feel like healing your body is difficult, right? Like this is a normal human thing. We all have certain areas or certain manifestations in our lives that we have more resistance to. We have a harder time believing we can have it. Where I really like to kind of help this make sense is, let's say with your mind, let's just put a number on it because that's what the mind likes to do. The mind likes to quantify. So let's say I told you, okay, in 5 days, you're going to have this manifestation. Whatever it is you want, you're going to have it in 5 days. That's a done deal, set in stone, 5 days. Okay, you have two things you can do. One, you can just be staring at the clock, watching the minutes pass by, counting down, feeling anxious, being like, why is it not here yet? Why is the hand on the clock going so slow? Oh, this is boring, this sucks. That's going to feel like it's taking a really long time, right? Or you could go out for those 5 days and just live your life and have fun. And then when the manifestation shows up, you're like, oh yeah, I knew that was on the way, but I wasn't expecting it now. And it feels like a nice surprise. And it just felt like so effortless, like there was nothing you needed to do, right? So our ability to, one, really trust and know that it's ours, like we talked about in the last video, like knowing it's done, that's what helps you relax. And then like how you're utilizing your time in between. So a lot of people will be like, oh, I just let me go play and have fun, then that will speed up my manifestation, but it doesn't really ever seem to work because you're not actually allowing yourself to be present and go have fun. There's hidden agendas behind it. And what that's really tied to is like still some lingering doubt that you're going to have your manifestation. Does that make sense? So Abraham Hicks, I've been following their teachings pretty much since I had my spiritual awakening, if you'll call it that, and started learning about manifestation. And they talk about really focusing on prioritizing how you feel. And this is so important. And this really ties into what we're talking about, because if time doesn't actually exist, if there's actually no time that your manifestation is going to happen, like it gets to happen in any moment, right? When you can prioritize how you feel, that's you being in the energy that lets it in, but also enjoying the passage of time, if you will, that it takes for your manifestation to come. The thing is, we don't know when your manifestation is going to come. It can come as quickly as you let it in. But when you're in the vibe of, oh, what do I need to do to let it in? You're still vibing with it, it's not here. So when you can, as Neville Goddard says, live in the end, like knowing for sure this is done, this is mine. It's like the pressure's off to try to force something to happen. The pressure's off. You don't need to count the seconds on the clock and see how long it's taking. You're just living your life, and then it can flow in easily. And then life can be a beautiful unfolding of things just constantly flowing into you. Abraham Hicks talks a lot about how, like, if you could just release your resistance and just be, as she says, in the vortex, right? Like, feeling good, enjoying your life, caring about how you feel, everything you want would just flow to you. Now, I think a lot of people don't get great results with Abraham Hicks teachings because they don't fully understand it. And I do believe, you know, this is a co-creative process. I like to feel like I'm doing my part, right? So on a practical sense, like, let's say you want to start a business, right? You don't just sit around and feel good and think the business is going to start itself. I mean, maybe there's no saying that like someone couldn't come and offer you a great business deal, right? Like you could, but for me, I enjoy taking my actions and doing my part. So if I want to start a business, I'm going to do my part to set it up. But then at some point, you have to like keep living your life and trust that the clients are going to flow in, right? You can't just sit there and like micromanage and be really stressed out feeling like you're doing it all by yourself. No, you're doing this with life. You're co-creating. So yeah, it's just a fine line. It takes practice. Keep going. If this is something you need support in and you are looking for a mentor, I do offer mentorship. I have a group program. I have self-paced programs, all of the things. And really what I find is that us focusing on our joy, our alignment, living life the way we want, it takes the pressure off of trying to force something to happen, and you do allow it to unfold naturally, and you'll naturally be given the steps to move forward. And in that sense, it does get to be easy. But the not so easy part is working through all the resistance we've created in our mind, releasing the mind's constant need to try to quantify and control, and take note of how it's not here. So just to sum up, the number one thing that I see slowing down manifestations is asking why it's not here yet, or where it is, or how long it's going to be. If you can work through the resistance in your mind to stop asking that question and just go and live your life knowing that it's on the way, your experience is going to be that it flows in really quickly and really easily. And the more you practice this, the more instant your manifestations will seem. And again, like I said, there will be things that manifest more quickly, seemingly, for you, even though time doesn't really exist, because you have a lot less resistance to it. And there are going to be some things that take longer. And in my personal opinion, I think it's all perfect, right? Like, we wouldn't want to receive everything all at once. Like, I have certain things that are just like an easy, quick manifest for me, and then other things take a couple years. And can you imagine if the ones that take a couple years, if I was sitting at the clock the whole time, like feeling like a failure because it hadn't come in, like I would be miserable. The point is to enjoy your life and trust that the manifestations are coming in at the right time and that things are unfolding perfectly. And that's how you get to live your life in flow. So I really hope this video helped you in some way. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Let me know in the comments below how this resonated. Are there types of videos you would like to request? If so, I can consider doing them. Linked in the description box below will be all the different ways you can connect with me. One of my most popular topics I talk about is how I manifested clear skin. So I will link below the Manifest Clear Skin playlist, because I have a whole playlist on YouTube. There will be my link tree, so you can connect with me if you want to connect on Instagram, if you are a woman and you want to join a Facebook group, if you want to see my programs and the different ways you can learn from me, all of that will be there. So I'm sending you love. Have a beautiful day, and I'll connect with you soon. Bye.